In just a few hours at its daily briefing, the White House will be forced to confront for the first time questions about House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's explosive allegations that the CIA flat out lied to her and other lawmakers. Monica Novotny's at the politics desk with the fallout from those comments. Monica?
Well, all this dramatically raises the stakes in the torture debate, and it's fueling calls for a full-blown investigation. Republicans are pouncing on Nancy Pelosi's dramatic accusation that the CIA misled her about waterboarding. John Boehner calling it hard to imagine. Kit Bond saying bluntly the speaker has really, quote, stepped in it. But speaking with CNBC's John Harwood, Pelosi stuck to her guns.
The fact is that the CIA misled the Congress in how it briefed us. They did not tell us that they specifically said waterboarding wasn't being used when they knew that it was.
Matthew Alexander was a former senior interrogator for the U.S. military. He led the interrogation team that found Abu Musab al-Zarqawi. He also wrote the book, How to Break a Terrorist. And I'm just being told now that we've lost the guest. We've got a technical issue, so we're going to try for a moment to see if we can get him back. And he's good. All right, Matthew, can you hear me?
Yes, I can,
Okay,
Monica.
great. So, Matthew, we'll start right away. The CIA says that it's not its policy to lie to Congress, yet Speaker Pelosi says they mislead us all the time. Would they have reason to do that?
Well, I went to the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on Wednesday and listened to Ali Soufan, an FBI agent who testified, and he was one of the people that interrogated Abu Zubaydah, who was later waterboarded. And Ali Soufan contradicted the timeline that the CIA presented about when waterboarding was used.
We actually, you know,
so
Matthew, since you're bringing it up, Matthew, we've got a clip of Soufan, so let me just play that clip from Ali Soufan and we'll go from there.
It's merely an exercise in trying to force compliance rather than elicit cooperation. A major problem is it is ineffective. Waterboarding itself had to be used 83 times, an indication that Abu Zubaydah had already called his interrogator's bluff.
So, Matthew, now with having heard from him this week and now with Speaker Pelosi's accusation, this has become very politicized, obviously, even more so perhaps, if that's possible, than it was already. If there is an investigation, do you think that we can still get to the heart of the questions that need to be answered here? First of all, will we find out who's telling the truth?
Well, Monica, I think we need some type of inquiry or independent investigation to go back and to see what we knew and what mistakes were made. But I think the most important part of this, and the part that all Americans can agree on, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, is that we have to improve our methods of interrogation because we all want to do the best job at getting the information that will keep us safe. And to do that, we need to go back and look at our mistakes, acknowledge them, and then improve our methods and get those into the Army manual or in whatever form we need to be able to best interrogate al-Qaeda detainees.
Yeah, do you think, does it concern you that now that we're talking so much about the political side of this debate, that it's switched, the topic has switched from the effectiveness of waterboarding, whether it's appropriate, whether it should be legal or not, to the political, he said, she said, are we then missing the larger point? As you say, should we be focusing on the larger issue?
Well, there's more than one point in this debate. It's not just about who knew what when. There's also a leadership issue involved here. You know, we've set, I believe, a dangerous precedent in the field that it's okay to follow unlawful orders. And to me, as a former military officer, somebody who's led men and women in combat, I believe that's something we have to go back and examine within the military and then move forward by saying this is not acceptable.
All right, Matthew Alexander, thanks for bringing your expertise to us today. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.